good morning. Welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Now we're going to look at what's the week ahead reading. So what lies ahead this week? And I'm going to use Ghostbusters Tarot deck with the Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle. Now remember with tarot decks, they sort of follow a set system, right? So it doesn't matter which deck you use, you're going to get sort of similar messages, not the same, but similar messages. Of course, decks can influence the messages on some level, and of course the context of the question, etc. So, but remembering also that the different oracle decks do have, every oracle deck is very, very different. There's no set system in oracles. They're all very, very different. So we do have to read, sometimes with oracle decks, we do need to read from the guidebook because the cards really don't give you a lot of information. They might give you some initial, if they've got keywords and things on them, they may, or a title, they may give you some sort of keywords to it, and so you can sort of go from there. But the guidebooks do give you a lot more information. So that's the difference between tarot and oracle for those that are just sort of learning tarot or just interested in readings and things like that. Just to sort of get that started there. Okay, so let's do the Ghostbusters Tarot. Let's put the guidebook, because we don't need the guidebook with the tarot. So that's, I mean, you do when you're reading for yourself or you want to study or things like that. But when you're doing a reading like this, what lies ahead, you shouldn't need the guidebook when you're reading tarot. Now, the oracle, of course, get the guidebook out. So let's put those to one side. Okay, so what lies ahead this week? So let's have a look. What's the theme for this week? Let's take a nice deep breath. Let's think about what lies ahead as a collective. Okay, this is a collective energy. Now, this may or may not resonate with you on some level, but it may give you a message to reflect on, to contemplate, maybe to think about on some level. So let's just take a moment to breathe. And let's think about what lies ahead. What's the theme for this week? What's the overall theme? I'm just giving the cards a bit of a shuffle to sort of. Okay, so then I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to fan them. And we're going to look at the theme for this week. Oh, it's kind of interesting. I'm feeling it here straight away. Okay, so this one here. Okay, the theme for this week is Queen of Traps. Okay, Queen of Traps is like Queen of Cups, right? So you've got, or Queen of Water, that sense of nurturing oneself, maybe being sensitive to the environment, to, yeah, I do feel like, or maybe you're mothering others. Maybe this is about being a mother on some level. Mothering, now mother or mothering others can not necessarily mean your children. It can be about other people around you. Maybe you're very kind and caring and sensitive, and you're doing a lot for other people. And so you're quite sensitive to other people's feelings and things like that. So that could be the theme for this week. That's our main theme. So let's have a look. Let's just do another little shuffle here and say, okay, can you tell us a little bit more about this mothering or this caring for others? That's me being clumsy, so don't worry about those. Okay. With these, some cards will jump and things like that, but with this deck, I find the best way to work with it is to fan it out and just to choose some cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This one here is sticking out, 5, and this one here, 6. Okay, so we've got the center card, and then we've got these 6 cards as well. Okay, so the first we're going to look at here is the Hermit. So that sense of, so the Hermit can be someone who is isolated, maybe in solitude, meditation, reflection, learning something new. You do find that the Hermit is learning or discovering something as well. And then you've got the Knight of Traps. And so you've got that being careful not to let your emotions get the better of you sort of thing, kind, caring, the sense of, remember, Knight of Traps is like that knight of, so I get that sense of someone who is romantic, a bit of a part, you know, kind, caring, quite a gentle soul. He's kind, caring, quite a gentle soul, receptive, but also takes action in some way. I feel like there's an action here to it. It's a bit of a sort of a fiery, Knights to me is sort of fiery energy. So he's sort of got that sort of party and all, but in a romantic way. Okay, so there could be some romance and things like that as well, but doesn't necessarily mean in an intimate relationship. It's kind of interesting here. So you sort of get that feeling of being solitude. So I'm wondering, when I'm thinking about the Hermit and Knight of Traps together, I'm thinking about taking care of yourself. Pampering oneself is kind of really important here in a solitude way. I feel like you're romanticizing yourself, you know, romantic yourself, romancing yourself if you like. If it's like taking care of your own emotional needs in a solitude way. So it's kind of interesting. So here you've got this card with the Queen of Traps, and it's reminding you that this could be a week where you're mothering others, right? You're taking care of others, you're sensitive to other people's emotions, you are giving a lot of yourself away emotionally. So this is a reminder to actually take care of yourself in some way. Take care of oneself, be a little bit on the solitude side. It might be a remember for you to sort of take a breath for a minute. Take a breath. When I look at these two cards together. Okay, so now we've got Four of Wands and Ace of Wands. So Four of Wands is a sense of celebration in some way, connection with people. It's sort of a, there is an agreement, a contract. If you're thinking about marriage, it's sort of that sort of contract, agreement sort of thing. Doesn't necessarily mean like a marriage as in a romantic relationship, but as a sense of a contract, an agreement in some way. And you've got Ace of Wands with a breakthrough, an understanding. So if you've got an understanding of a contract, could be a contract allows you to sort of move forward with some ideas that you might have in some way. Does feel like sort of an agreement allows you to move forward, a sense of, so if you're signing a contract, yeah, it's part of that, but it could be just a verbal agreement as well. A verbal agreement, a connection on some level. That's stability, it causes stability, but it also allows you to sort of move forward on your new project or your new venture, your new desire, your new passion. So something here is allowing you to move forward on some level here. Okay, so now we've got the Emperor with the Ace of Traps. And so have you got someone coming in? So the Emperor is someone who is a leader, you know, someone who could be a leader in control of their journey, someone who is a provider in some way, providing something, providing a leadership role. And then you've got Ace of Traps, which is about that new beginning, that new love, that new emotional feeling, that it's a new beginning. It's a thought in regards to a relationship. a thought in regards to a connection. So there could be somebody who's coming into your life quite strong here, who is, so here you are, you're taking care, you're giving a lot of yourself away. And so this is a reminder to sort of take care of yourself, allow yourself to have that stability, that foundations, that understanding to be able to create some foundations. And then you've got this emperor coming in, this guy coming in, or this energy coming in who's quite strong. And it brings a sense of a new beginning to your journey. So kind of interesting. I feel like this is about somebody else coming into your life. So somebody could be coming into your life in some way, or it can be about a reminder for you to take control of your own life. So depending on where you are in your journey, to what it could actually mean for you. So you may look at these cards and think, oh, wait a minute, that means something for me when I look at these cards. So remember, we all see something different, and that's okay, for what is right for you. For me, I feel like this could be a sense of me making, I feel like I do, taking care of other people. I can be a little bit sensitive. I'm an empath. And so this is a reminder to sort of take care of, remember that when I'm doing a lot of these, when I'm doing things for other people, I do remember I have to step back and take care of me, allow myself the sense of stability in regards to my energy, stability, and it brings a sense of, so if I have that stability in my energy, it allows me this sense of clarity in what I want to do to move forward, a sense of understanding. And so this is a reminder for me that to take control of my own journey, to be the leader in my own path, is kind of really important, to bring that sense of new beginnings, new possibilities. Self-love is what I'm getting here as well. A sense of providing self-love in a way. Right, so let's have a look and see what, so have a look at the cards and think about what do they mean for you. Okay, let's have a look at the deep, dark and dangerous. Who's going to come out? Okay, this one here. Okay, we have Cerberus with Guardians. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Guardians. So I get a protective energy coming in. A very protective energy. Know that I'm protected. So let's have a look and see what it says in here. 9. Oh, so let's have a look. Okay. Develop strong and healthy boundaries. Boundaries. You should respect the boundaries of others. Not all places or people are for you and should be available to you. Exercise and expect loyalty. Guardianship with abandonment, loyalty and disloyalty. Kind of interesting. I'm not going to go into all the myth and everything like that. Okay, so I'm not already worried about all that stuff there. Plant companion is aconite, crystal companion is obsidian. Now, in the guidebook, it does talk about the gates of the underworld. There lies a huge hound. He yawns, 3 yawns, for he has 3 massive heads. And it goes on with the story with Hades and his spike-tail whip. Hades puts the head of his guardian at the gates, knowing all will be well. Cerberus is watching. We don't deserve dogs, and I for one believe this is a fine truth, even if we're speaking of the hounds of Hades, a hellhound. So kind of interesting. It sort of goes into a little bit of detail about that, and I'm not going to go into that. But basically what we're saying here is it's important that, you know, when we're taking care of others, you know, and nurturing others, that we don't burn ourselves out, that we remember to take care of ourselves. So boundaries are kind of really important here to, as we take care of ourselves, take control of our journey, have that sense of new beginnings, new possibilities, creating foundations or stability in our life with a sense of understanding of where we are, that new beginnings, new possibilities. Boundaries are so important to our journey. So this week is going to be boundaries of ourselves and boundaries of others is really important here. Remember, not all people are supposed to be in our lives. Okay? Not all places are good for us. So, so make sure that you have loyalty to yourself and loyalty to those who you feel inclined to give loyalty to. Remember, not all people are right for us in a way. So boundaries. Sometimes people take so much of our energy that we give too much of ourselves away. Some people demand of our energy, and so it's a reminder to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we don't do that, and so we end up giving so much of ourselves away that we burn out. So this is where I get the sense of, you know, making sure that we have strong boundaries in what we do this week. Strong boundaries is super important. So this is going to be an interesting reflection for the week. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget, check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care.